What is going on, guys? George with another video, and welcome back to the channel. You can see it in my smile, you can see it in my excitement. We are here visiting our good friends at Tinyrigco. Now, for those of you guys that are on here because you probably read the title and haven't been able to catch up on the last two videos, I've been working on my setup, and yes, I've been transitioning basically from your normal bed rack and a tent to what we're pretty much installing today, which is going to be an Alu-cab canopy, and then eventually on the next episode we're going to be doing the Alu-cab tent as well. So the last two episodes we were working on the interior portion of the truck, getting the goosegear seat delete all dialed in, pretty much just to maximize the storage in the rear portion of the truck. But now to be able to come down and visit my good friends at Tinyrigco and bring this whole entire vision to life, I'm absolutely excited. So let's go inside and get this bad boy installed. All right, we're here. Woo! Excited. We got the canopy right here on the floor. Boys are getting all prepped and ready to go. I'm gonna let Daniel tell you guys a little bit about what this canopy has to offer and the options you can get when you order from them. Let's go.
So this specific solution for mounting the canopy to the truck is pretty cool. Slides into the factory bed rails, and it's pretty beefy hardware, and it's actually bolting into the canopy versus clamping it to your bedside. So really like this solution for mounting to the vehicle. Alright, so now they have these clamps in place. They're not clamped down yet, but you can kind of see there's a hardware slot here where M8 nut slides into the channel, and that gets, this bracket gets a nylock nut on there. And so that's got a nice firm footing against the canopy itself. And then you've got this guy that sits in the bed rails, that gets tightened up, and then this gets clamped together. Alu-cab provides these shims so that you can have the correct amount of pressure split between making the canopy seal nice on the bed sides, and also making sure that you have enough weight on the actual brackets and the bed rails. This bed rails was going to support most of the weight. So one thing we do on installs, just like we do with suspension and everything, is we use these paint markers. This is called Fibertite, but basically we index everything so you can have just a quick visual reference that nothing's coming loose on you, and then if you see that that's split, you know that something's going on, you gotta tighten it back up. So just another little detail of something we'd like to do on all our hardware. So here we're hooking up the third brake light because the canopies come standard with that, and it's a legal requirement for a third brake light. And something we do that other shops may not do is we're using these solder heat shrink connections that are really tough and solid. They're waterproof instead of like the standard little T connectors that just crimp onto a wire. We use our vehicles pretty hard, and we know George does too, so these we know will stand the test of time and not short out or cause any issues down the road.
All right, guys, so the boys just finished the install, and here we have not the finished product, but we do have the canopy installed. And boy, oh boy, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm absolutely thankful for these guys. Check it out. Sick! What do you think?
I think you should hop in and I'll take you to a good spot.
Alright, so I'm gonna hop in and he's gonna take me to a spot. And just a disclaimer, guys, this was not a free camper.
It was not a free camper?
It was not a free camper. Yeah, there's no way you're ever gonna get a free camper. But I did choose to go with these guys. Not only is Daniel a really good friend of mine, but I've seen and I've been to their shop when they are installing campers. And I mean, the footage basically speaks for itself. So it's awesome being able to support your homies that truly put in the work. So thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm more stoked about you
having a rad setup, something I think you're really going to enjoy, than
Yeah.
simply just having you like push stuff for us. So
Yeah, for sure.
I think you're going to be stoked, dude.
Well, let's go outside and see what it looks like. Bam! Dude, this thing is absolutely rad. The crazy part is that it looks rad already, it looks awesome already, and it's not even finished. And at the same time, it's not even all about the looks, just the functionality. Once you guys see this thing, when it's completely done, you guys are gonna trip out. At this point, like I was telling you guys in the previous videos, it's all about functionality. And I'm absolutely stoked. Check this out. Easy to use, got the struts. Sick. But then again, I know absolutely nothing. I just got this installed. We're gonna let Daniel tell us more about it. Woo!
Okay. So, an Alu-cab Canopy. So I think you guys probably saw in one of George's videos the full setup that I have that has the integrated tent in it. This is a lower profile, more of a minimalist design. So the reason why I'm super stoked on it is it only weighs 125 pounds. So I came from a snug top on my vehicle when George did a walk around like way long ago. And that thing weighed 310 pounds, right? And I put a tent on top of it, and I had a Prinzi rack on top of it, and it weighs a lot. So this is a super minimalist setup in that it only weighs 125 pounds. From a durability standpoint too, it's built by a company who's engineered this stuff for overlanding and for expeditions, and so it's built extremely well. The doors open very, very high, so you get a full opening to go inside. It comes with a light on the side panel on each side, as well as one in the back of the canopy. So that was something that I had to have as an upgrade, whereas this, it comes standard. I know Luke mentioned earlier the way that it mounts to the bed rail system. And again, the way that this one mounts, it's coming from a company who's just has so many years in engineering behind it that they figured out the right way to do it. So rather than having an entire canopy putting all the weight on your bedsides, which it's not designed to do, the vehicle's not designed to do it, they distribute the weight evenly through your bed rail system and your bedsides. So really cool, really functional. And again, when you start adding a bunch of weight on the vehicle, every little pound matters, the way things are mounted matters. So this is just a super functional, really dialed in design. So I think one of the things George is going to enjoy the most is the fact that he's always had his stuff in his bed super exposed, right? So it gets dusty, gets wet, and then when you go on a trip and you park like outside of a shopping center or something like that to grab food, your stuff's in your bed and people can take it. So this is super secure. You've got locks on each one, really solid latches. One of the things I want to show you guys is the seal on these canopies. So it's a double seal. So this is going to sandwich nicely on the top of the bed. And then also you've got the second bulb seal here as well. So it just seals really nice and keeps that dust out. And I'll show you guys what it looks like when you don't keep the dust out, because your bed is an absolute mess, George. So you guys always hear about this is how you don't bring a customer or bring a shop your vehicle. George is the perfect example of that right now. A couple notes to point out about the canopy as well is it's got this T-track all the way through the canopy. So that's how it bolts to your bed, but also you can use any M8 hardware and attach hooks and things like that to mount other accessories on here. It's got it in the forward end as well, by the window up front. And so again, you can mount more accessories. Carrying over to the top of the canopy, so it's adding strength, but also that track allows you to mount different accessories. So George has a lot of different accessories over the years that he's used on his front runner systems, and he's made an investment into that. The system in here is going to allow him to be able to mount those accessories in here should he choose. So just having a simple track up there where you can slide some M8 hardware in there is going to allow you to put all kinds of things up there. So we're going to be doing a few more things to George's vehicle in the coming weeks. We've got some stuff planned for it, a couple accessories that Alu-cab makes that's going to get this thing super dialed in.
I am excited. As you heard Daniel earlier, I mean, he gave you guys some pretty detailed information about the canopy, and this is just going to be one of those videos that obviously there's going to be another video after this, basically doing the wiring, installing the tent on it, and I have a lot of stuff to do. We're going to be upgrading the battery, we're going to be running all solar on it as well. I have a new exhaust that we just received, brand new intake, This is gonna be a crazy series. I call it a series because I'm gonna be doing a lot of installs, a lot of new updates on the truck to make it as functional can be on the trail. And then once it's all done, you already know, we're gonna take a long trip before the baby comes. Yes, we're gonna be having a baby. I'm gonna be a dad. Hisela is, I wanna say, 5 months pregnant, so that's definitely gonna be exciting as well. And aside from this being a work vehicle, I think now with the baby, now with the dog, it's definitely gonna be a lot more functional. The dog's gonna be able to sleep in the back. The wife, the baby is gonna be up top, away from all the creatures. Just overall, a better functional family vehicle. So as always, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. The guys at Tinyrigco, I wanna thank you guys so much. I know you guys are gonna watch this video as well. I'll be putting all their information down below if you guys wanna check them out. Why do I always say that? You guys should know that already, but yes, their information will be down below, their Instagram, all that stuff. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you might want to do that because a lot of updates are gonna be posted on my story. And as always, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!